Hi guys, and welcome to my very first episode as Crypto Luke, giving you a bit of an understanding of the crypto market, what I'm doing, and like I said, this is episode one. Never done it before, thought I'd give it a go. You're not going to see my ugly face, but what you will hopefully see is some news, some insightful news that will help you on your investment journey. So first of all, I wanted to kick off with some news. Jeremy Powell is saying crypto is becoming much more mainstream. Yesterday he was saying that banks can obviously utilize it now in terms of holding it and offering it to their customers. I don't think people are bullish enough on this news. Banks are going to start holding crypto. Now, some of you might not want that, but it's the only way. It's the only way to get the kind of market caps and the pumps that you guys want for all your altcoins, because I guarantee you 99% of everyone here or that is going to listen to this has probably got millions of different coins from an altcoin setup and very little Bitcoin. And if you want those coins to go up, you need global adoption. One bit of news that's not so bullish today, which literally came out just before I was making this video, is Barclays to ban crypto transactions on credit cards from Friday. United Kingdom based bank Barclays will begin blocking crypto transactions made for its Barclays card credit cards starting Friday, citing risks associated with cryptocurrency volatility. Now, to be honest with you, I don't like, if you look at market sentiment and stuff like that, retail isn't even involved right now. But I understand it. You don't want people that have got no money using their last dime on their credit card, hoping that Dogecoin is going to pump 400x, because it just it's just a lot of people tend to sell when they've lost their money, and they don't tend to have the patience to keep it until they make a profit. Now, let's just have a look at. Oh, I think it's supposed to come up. Let's just look on here. Let's just look at back to the main screen. So, fear greed index, quite a good indicator right now. It's neutral. We were in greed for quite a while. I think market cap's got 1.3%. Oh, nice. Bitcoin airing up to 108,000. It's great to see. I'll run through some of the charts. I do want to highlight, if you guys want to see more videos, like some of the coins that I hold. Bitcoin I hold. Ethereum I hold, XRP I hold, Solana I hold, Cardano I hold, Sui I hold, Stellar. Look, I hold a lot of the larger market caps, I'll be honest, but I do have some degen coins, which I will want to run through, like Clanker. I'm sure a lot of you probably haven't heard of Clanker. In fact, we can go through here and let's have a look. These are some of the ones I hold. Let's go through it. Sui, XRP, ETH, Solana, XCN. We'll discuss that. Ethereum, CRV, Algo, Tel. This is the one I wanted to highlight. Look, Clanker. And I'll be frank, this is a horrible thing, because to be honest with you, it's a bit of a degen coin, so I've kind of given up trying to understand exactly what's going to happen. But anyway, if you were to break it down and this was a clean chart, sloping line of resistance, broke it, retest, off up, fingers crossed, a bit of a bear flag up, and we'll go up. Admittedly, I've been DCAing in here. My average buy predominantly has been around about $30. Reason why I love it is just because the market cap is so low. It won't take a lot for this to absolutely pump. And if I'm going to gamble on anything, I'll gamble on that. But let me just run through. I'm only going to run through a few coins today. Brilliant. My laptop might run out of battery. Who knows? Let's have a look at XRP. Again, am I an XRP fanboy? Probably. Let's just deal with that. So I haven't done a lot to this chart. I just wanted to highlight, my kind of fib expectations. So wicked all the way down here quite recently with obviously the news around Trump, Iran, Israel, and obviously what's happened more recently around ceasefires, etc. Bounced back up. We wicked down to 190, come all the way up. I entered a trade around about $2.02, I think it was, from there when we began breaking a line of resistance here. I haven't got it on here, but you can see the volume RSI, and you could just see it beginning to absolutely thump up, which is great to see. We're now sat around about $2.20 at the 0.618 retracement level. If we actually look at that and break that down, look, you can see they're all testing right at the minute. My expectations are, if we kick on from here, there's a bit of a sloping line of resistance around about $2.30, depending on obviously when we break. But one of my next exits, because I exited a little bit of liquidity here when I longed it, is at 1.618, and it's almost bang on $2.60. I mean, that's fantastic, right? I love that. Now let's look at some of the others. Like, let's look at the SUI chart, because I think that looks pretty sexy. It doesn't look as sexy on the daily right now. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly chart. Oh god, you have to forgive me. First video, please. So let's break this down. Again, pretty much a perfect break of sloping resistance here. Again, like, I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for me to record and it not look too much of a mess, and I'm going to have to work out how I actually do this properly in the future. But look, we hit the bottom line of resistance here, entered along, and to be honest with you, I exited like some of my liquidity here, and now we've bumped through. Now we're bull flagging. I'm expecting this to go back up over $3, if I'm honest, depending on market sentiment, depending on if there's any more news in the world. But you know, I'm quite excited about SUI, to be honest with you. It's one of my big plays. Let's have a look at Solana. Again, really nice chart, really nice, like clean chart if you ignore all that crap on the left. But again, we've tried breaking that sloping line of resistance a couple of times, come up here, retested, like a bit of a bull flag admittedly. I'm hoping we're gonna push above here, back over sort of the 150 mark. That's when I'll really begin to get bullish. We could come back down and retest, I don't know. My view is that if we break back below here, you know, that is a bit bearish, but to be honest with you, I'm pretty bullish right now, given some of the other areas. I can't believe how many bears there are. James Wynn, nutter, shorting absolutely everything. Like, I don't understand where, oh, that's not even the XCN one. From that perspective, especially with, you know, some of the more recent news, banks are adopting, companies now are pumping on the basis of actually owning crypto. How can you be bearish on that? I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Look, I'm not going to go into this in loads of detail, to be honest with you, because I think for anyone that wants to know why I've invested in XCN, you know, I'll highlight it. I've admittedly, I had quite a sizable chunk of this before we reached a certain target. I exited the majority at quite a large profit. I've been staking it. It's been around 30% daily. I've just kept it there as a bit of an item for me to kind of go like, brilliant, if this pumps, fantastic. I've already made profit. It doesn't matter. But I still like to, you know, look at the charts and what the charts telling me. And the charts told me here, like, the volume hasn't been crazy, if I'm honest. I do think there's probably a bit of market manipulation here, but God knows. But entered here, like, we're at 0.16 again. Now, again, I haven't looked really loads at this chart. It's just for the sake of this video right now, just to highlight some of the coins that I'm kind of holding. But, you know, 2 cents could be a good target. Break it down from there. That's, you know, you're making a lot of money. If you entered the trade here, where, let's just do $2. God, can I get exactly $2? That'll do. That will do. 40%, you know. And on a day trade, you've got 3 times leverage, 120%. You'd be happy with that, right? You would be happy with that. Which I obviously am. Like I said, everything is looking bullish. For those bears out there right now, I don't understand it. I always try and go with market sentiment generally, and often, to be honest with you, I'm betting against it. Right now, everything's looking good. One of the challenges we do have is we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We literally just saw chaos the other day. Absolute chaos. If we go back on, like, without any of my stuff, just put Bitcoin, USD, like, okay. look, we went up, we went down from 109 over the space of what? How many days? God, not a lot, but 109 or 110, all the way down to 98. All the way down to 98. Now, you do not want to be the person that is selling down here. So you need to be thinking about what is your exit strategy. Don't panic sell. Often, the market makers, that's what they want you to do. They want to get into these liquidity zones where you exit your trades, you've got your stop losses in order to generate more income and ultimately make sure you don't make money. So make sure you are hot on these charts, following the right people. There's some really good people to follow out there. Do not follow James Wynn. He is not a winner. He lost 100 million. Please consider who you listen to and what you're listening to when you are going through this, because there are some really good people out there, and it's not me besmirching him. Well, it is a little bit. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but you lose 100 million, and just madness to me. But he's got a lot more money than me, so fair play to the lad. Like I said, everything's looking really bullish here. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance, because I'm sure the majority of you guys, are quite heavily leveraged in altcoins, not Bitcoin. Look, we made a new high, 65.95%. I actually think it was higher. I genuinely think it was higher than that. If you took out stable coins, I think it went up. It was like 70%, which is an new all-time high. Look, market sentiment is the majority of businesses. There will be Ethereum ETFs. There will be XRP. There are Ethereum ETFs. There will be XRP. There will be Solana. And there will be all these others. But Bitcoin is king. And if you haven't got Bitcoin, please invest some of your money into Bitcoin. Don't have it in all those degen coins, hoping they're going to 100x. Some of you might be sat there right now with, some of your portfolio 70, 80% down. That's not a good place to be in. That's all I would personally say. And look, Bitcoin doesn't look like it's slowing down. Businesses are consistently buying them. They're actually pumping their prices on stocks just from releasing news that they are buying Bitcoin. That is crazy. But anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. Like I said, it's my first video. James Wynn, if you watch this, please forgive me. Everyone else, hopefully this is a bit insightful. It's my first time doing it. I'm going to try and look at how I actually format this and run through some of the coins one by one and why I'm holding them. There's coins I've gone for on here, like CRV, and a number of others, XLM, Algo, and I want to highlight to you why I hold them, what my goals are, when I'll exit, and I'll be doing that honestly. I'll also be happy to share some of my trades. Just like I said, I'm just trying to work this out. Day one, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, even if it was like, my God, mate, that was poor. But yeah, thanks everyone that watched, and yeah, appreciate your time.